The 750 SS is often referred to as the poor man's Ducati. I'm not so sure. Is there really such a thing? I suppose in the early 1990s, the 750 SS was only one notch from the bottom in terms of the Ducati hierarchy, with its little brother the 600 SS aimed squarely at the entry-level rider. Obviously an 888 or Superlight were expensive machines. The 750 was cheap in comparison, but does it feel cheaply built? Let's have a look around the bike and see how it's put together. The styling is basically the same as the 900 SS, with more than a hint of the 888 Superbike. Having the same rectangular headlight and fared-in indicators. The beautifully crafted tank sits neatly on top of the all-important visible trellis frame. Finished in gold, of course. And caught within that trellis cage, you'll find the signature air-cooled L-twin. The machine sits on 3-spoke wheels by Brembo. The stock exhaust features nicely finished aluminium end cans. From the reasonably comfortable saddle, the rider sees handsome white-faced Veglia clocks and a small rectangular display. The front suspension is taken care of by Mazzocchi with non-adjustable 40mm upside-down forks. The rear wheel is controlled by a simple steel cantilever swinging arm with a Showa shock. Bring it all to a stop, there's huge 320mm discs grabbed by gold Brembo twin piston calipers. The plastic bodywork is thick, exuding a quality feel. The paint is deep and lustrous. It's difficult to spot where the Bologna engineers managed to shave off Lira. Many components say Cagiva, but it's got Ducati on the tank, and that promises an exhilarating riding experience. So will it ride like a duke or an elephant? So is the cheapness in the suspension, I wonder? Well, here we are on a back lane. This bike's got a simple cantilever rear end and no adjustability on the front forks. But I tell you what, it's not bad at all. Soaks the bumps quite well. It's not a tourer, but for a sports bike, it's really pretty good. Ducati certainly didn't cut corners when it came to the brakes. The front twin discs are very powerful. There's certainly been no cost-cutting with the frame. It's a typical lovely Ducati trellis. So did Ducati cut costs with the engine, I wonder? With just 66 horsepower on tap, I guess compared to a Japanese bike it's pretty lethargic, but out on the road that translates to a really pleasant ride. It's not a particularly fast bike, but then it's not exactly slow. It's the sort of bike that you can race through the gears and use most of the rev range and stay within, well, ish, the legal limit. Okay, so the swinging arm is just steel, not aluminium, and the front forks are non-adjustable, so the Italians have saved a few lira there. And the wheels are by Brembo, not Marchesini, so a few more lira saved there. And of course the small capacity air-cooled engine with carburetors is going to be a lot cheaper to produce than, say, an 888. I think the gearbox is about the only thing that lets this bike down. The change up is nice and swift and quite a nice short lever action, but changing down and at a standstill things are a bit clunky and imprecise. Another slight detractor from enjoying the ride is the snatchiness at low speeds. It's sometimes difficult to match the revs with the gear to stop the back end from kind of snatching and catching and clattering. Once into its stride though, the revs pick up really smoothly and it really shifts along very nicely. Racing up through the rev range through all the gears is an absolute joy. At just 188 kilograms wet, it's actually a very light bike, and it's also very low, so it will suit smaller riders. So, poor man's Ducati? I think bargain Ducati is more appropriate. It's a nicely assembled lightweight sportster, as pretty as a picture, with enough power, handling and brakes to enjoy your favourite A and B roads.